Record. Let me clap
Clap.
for you.
1, 2, 3. And just to confirm, you are doing the OBS
Yes.
video? Okay, just want to make sure so I don't fuck
It
this
is
up.
rolling and looking good.
Ooh. I fucked
Okay.
up too much stuff. Hello and welcome everybody to the Hoppy Boys. We're good but talk about drinking sides. I'm Brian Balicki.
And I'm your co-host, of course, the creepy uncle of podcasting, aka Uncle Cream. Hi, Diddle Hood Cream Nation, recording live as always from Crematorium. I'm your editor-in-chief here at Cream Weekly. Dr. Officer Cream reporting for duty. Cream, yes, Cream.
Cream is cream.
And
then?
AKA, of course, all creams are bastards. I am your OGC,
Right.
the original Gangsta Cream.
Wow.
Yes.
I get down with the OGC.
You get down with the OG. Oh, we should add something like that to that.
Right. Like instead of ODB,
Yeah.
old dirty bastard.
I like that. Yeah, I'd say I'm the original Gangsta Cream. You say, I can get down with the OGC.
Right, yeah.
You know me.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. And then we'll just one day be an hour long.
Yeah, we need to start getting you involved in the intro. You just say your name and stuff. And I
said
have,
Cream is cream.
Yeah, that's true. But I want you to have I want a little bit of call and response, I guess, besides that. Like,
Okay.
you add some and then I'll say some back. I mean, maybe we can get up to a point where the first 10 minutes is scripted.
Yeah, I think like a fun little Benny Hill type thing. Like I'm Officer Dr. Officer Cream reporting for duty, and I'm like, well, I'm the caper.
I mean, no notes. I don't see why that's going to be in the next
Yeah,
episode for
yeah.
sure.
I'll get a little twiddly mustache and a top hat and a cape. tie a dame to a set of railroad tracks.
Yeah.
A
great
throw
dame.
a
Talking
big
about dogs.
switch.
Yeah, and I just dress like myself. I don't commit to my bits.
Right.
You have one line and you
Don't even
go
have a
all the way and
badge.
dress for it.
Yeah. Every time, and then we have to take a break, and the break is recorded as well,
Yeah, yeah.
of course.
Well, that is actually true for these. We're going to take a break at some point, and I'm going to leave the camera behind
Hot
and not
mic.
edit it. It takes too much data to edit. It takes too long. Leave it.
Listen, that 35 seconds of silence killed. There was a
kills.
huge spike in listenership.
We listen.
for
It's,
the 35
it's though.
seconds of
It's great when I'm sure everyone at this point watches at home. They
Right.
have fully ditched they've thrown their phones out and they just watch on their YouTube apps on their Fire Stick or whatever. And when they
On their
have
phone.
that 35-second break, they don't have to pause. They get up, they take a shit.
Right, it's
they
like
come
they're
back
drinking
right
with
in time.
us.
Right.
Oh, perfect time for a beer.
Perfect time for a 35-second shit.
I've seen the Nielsen ratings for the Hoppy Boys. Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. We surprisingly
You ever-
we do better on video somehow.
Were you ever a Nielsen family growing up?
To Kevin Nielsen.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's go with that route. You like Kevin Nielsen?
He's fine. I've heard he's actually
Okay.
mean. Kevin Nealon, I heard is mean.
I've heard the same thing actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's probably true. If two people have heard it from separate sources, it's gotta be
Right.
true.
Probably from the same one. Isn't Kevin Nealon someone who does a lot of work with Conan?
Yes. I don't think he would say. He doesn't say mean things though about people. He's like a showbiz guy,
That's
old school
true.
wise. That is like everybody is great.
Yeah, yeah. A carnival barker, just
Yeah.
Kevin Nealon.
I was
what a
maybe,
guy.
Maybe it might have been the Sloppy Boys. They'll
Oh,
throw shade left and right.
yeah. They don't fucking care. They're like A-list celebrities, so they don't fucking care.
Basically. I mean, so
You-
well, Brian.
you-
Go for it.
something about that like SNL, like that, like kind of mid '80s
The old
SNL
guard of SNL.
guard that like they just have like this fucking chip on their shoulder, man. Him and Chevy
Yeah.
Chase,
Yeah,
just fucking cock asses.
they really are. They I guess they think they invented comedy, which they did.
You know what? Thinking back to it,
Nothing funnier than that.
it's so funny they killed one of their friends.
That is funny. It's the ultimate
Yeah.
joke.
Matthew Broderick killing a woman. It's comedy. Getting away with it, hysterical.
Yeah. I have a friend at and we're so you see the title of the episode. We are currently in a segment, so don't get on our ass. We're in a segment right now.
Yeah.
This is shit
it.
chat.
This is the shit chat.
I have a coworker twice a week. That may
Okay.
make sense to some, may not make sense to others. And it's one coworker. This is the only coworker I have. He only comes in 2 out of 5 days. He is 50 years old. Also, maybe this is getting stranger and stranger as I keep talking. But he says he has a friend who has heart problems. And his friend just recently told him that he is in his will. And this guy has a lot of money and is giving my coworker all this when he dies. I think he was like having a tough spell recently and thought he was like going down. He's like, just let you know, giving you a lot of money. And he's like, that's fucked up. I'd rather you just live. And then he ended up living. And I think he's still got health issues and he's still in the will and whatever else.
Yeah.
But
it's still like kind of in the bag.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't want to know that because it makes me feel shitty that like I know there's like a lump sum coming for me in the future because it's a lot of mixed feelings there. And I was like, well, would it be easier for you? Like, say there's a world where you would get away with this and you'd be not go to jail. Like, would it be easier for you to just kill him yourself so that you know that you had a hand in it?
Oh, that's good too.
You know what I mean? Like, it sucks. Like, if he just dies, it's like, oh, that's so tragic and sucks. I don't like the money feels icky. But if like you earned the money yourself, do you feel now better about it?
Yeah. You're a hardworking individual who gets paid for what he does.
Right. You had a kill job to do. You did it. You get the money.
You set up yourself.
Right.
You're the one who posted the bill. I'll take this one. This seems easy enough for me to do. Wow, $30 million for this old man. Heart problems? Perfect. Yeah, he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, we had a lot of like weird dark conversations today. He also came into work today like weirdly chipper. He's usually like a pretty like dark, dismal dude for the most part and is complaining a lot. He starts the day by going, I don't want to kill myself today.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. I was like, how does everybody else in your life feel about that guy? And he's like, I was like, did I like him better or worse? Do you think your family likes you better, or do they like the version of you that's super depressed? And he's like, I don't know yet. He's only 3 weeks old so far. I'm like, okay.
Wow. That's a new life right there.
Yeah.
Good guy.
So I told him that I like him better when he wants to kill himself.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
that's the normal
I feel like dark, dreary makes more comedy usually.
Right. Yeah, he
like
laughed
twisted
at it.
people. Yeah, of course. So like, I don't know. You don't get funny for being happy. Who's ever funny and happy?
I think people would probably say that the two of us are pretty happy.
Well, they don't know the deep-seated traumas that we've both been through.
Yes.
And I'm not funny, so
that's what I meant mostly.
there's that.
We're
Right.
both, yeah.
Oh.
We're happy, not funny. It's gotta be one or the other.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's why we have this to make ourselves seem funny. Like if we're
Yes.
on air, it's funny, right? If it's on TV, you're watching it.
That's right.
If it's on podcasting, you're listening to it.
It's in the home box
But
office.
now we're on both. So you're watching it and you're listening to it
Right.
at the same time.
Some podcasts on the home box office.
It's called Max now.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
We're on the TV channel. The cable channel.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
All the way back there.
All right.
Did you ever wait, one last
Oh.
thing. Did you ever try to watch The Naked Station when you were growing up?
I don't think I have ever seen The Naked Station.
Yeah.
Was like Skinamax or something, or is that different?
Yeah, because it was like right above HBO.
Oh, because HBO
it
like
was
where
always,
the nakedness starts, but it's like plot-driven television. Then there's just like a show where people are just naked.
Channels above that, it's just like straight up
Naked.
breasts.
No, I
See,
don't think I had those channels.
Me either, and like it would always be like fuzzy, and I would always be like,
Come on.
just something. Nothing ever came up.
No, I've seen some naked channels when we went on our Italian trip. Or
Cool.
trip to Italy. There was like very accessible nudity on regular television, like in hotels. And that was funny.
Cranking off in the hotel room.
We were mostly laughing, like it's funny how like we could have easily had like a group jack off session. Would have been like good bonding.
Good bonding.
But we wasted the opportunity and we're just giggling because it was also funny. I think I talked about it in the show before, but there was that this woman that is like clearly about to go for a jog and she just derobes, puts on running shoes, and just runs away from the camera. Yeah, just nothing else.
What if she like pooped a little bit? A little poop fell out.
A
a little Brandon DiCamillo type style, you know?
Yeah, I think that was on the next channel.
Funny.
I think that was on the next channel. And then the channel after that, then she pisses and shits herself. And the channel after that, it's all wet. It's all diarrhea.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the channel before the one where she doesn't poop, She's putting poop back into her butt.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Tenant, nice. That's a reference to another podcast.
Yeah. I only know that because of the podcast. I've never seen the movie and don't understand the reference, but I know it through the Doughboys.
All right, fine. I think
All right.
podcast bookends the segment.
This is the second segment of segment Smorgasbord.
What did you drink last week?
Love it. Don't play the guitar.
Right
Just
on.
show that
I
you
will
have
not.
one.
Just showing it.
Just showing
Showing it. Playing a guitar for people is annoying. That's what I was. That was beaten into my brain by my friends in high school. Do not play your guitar around your friends. They don't like it.
Aren't they all musicians for the most part, or no?
No.
Oh,
They did not. They didn't matter.
so you're the only musician, and you would like kind of pluck along a little bit, and
I make some beeps and boobs. I'd be like,
shut
shut the fuck up, dude. Shut the fuck up, man. And I'd be like, all right, sure. I was just trying to serenade you guys. Trying to give you a little background tunes.
that's rude.
To be
Yeah,
honest, I'm not good at the guitar, so they were probably just like,
You can play a couple ditties that I like.
Yep, DK rap. That's one of them.
Yeah. Where you turn the acoustic guitar
and
to the side
also
and slap it like a bongo.
Jack and Diane.
Yeah, that's just a good old fashioned classic. I
That
was
is literally
I was
a
more so
little
talking about Google Dolls. You can play pretty well.
I can play a name here and there and a slide.
Mm-hmm.
I can play some of those.
Yeah,
those are good.
Use your slide guitar for the slide.
I wish I had a slide guitar. Those are so cool. Anyway, enough about my mediocre guitar playing. What did we drink last week? It's been a while since we recorded. It's been a couple weeks, I guess.
We were just recently together 2 days ago.
Wow.
So we drank a bunch of stuff together.
Yeah.
Was there anything most notable for you while we were down in Virginia together this weekend?
I gotta say, first of all, you got a 12 rack of Allagash.
Tournament underrated tournament character in Malt Madness.
What a treat that always is. Like
just
I always
having those
forget
to pick on.
It's the best. I remember when I got the 4-pack. I got the 4-pack of 16 ounces for Malt Madness, and every once in a while I'd be like, I don't really like to drink on the weekdays anymore, but there were some days where it's like Allagash, baby.
Go for one.
That's it.
Yeah.
Have a pint of Allagash was fantastic. So having
nice
12,
thing.
having pretty much an infinite supply of Allagash.
It did feel like it ended up being the kind of the perfect amount because by the time we were done with it, I don't think we needed any more, or we were going somewhere. So it ended up being a really nice supply. I agree.
No, it was the perfect like at home beverage, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the things I have said in the past.
What about you?
We're off a little bit right now.
You there?
Our syncopation. Hello, Mario. You're a little fuzzy, but I think you're coming in a little bit better now.
Yeah, a little bit. Okay.
I'm gonna pop out.
Yeah, let me do the same.
Blink. Blink.
Where's my phone? I still don't know where that. Oh, it's on the fucking thing.
Good now?
All right. I think so.
Okay.
Looks good.
Looks good.
I hope.
Okay, we're back.
All right.
We're talking Gash.
Gash is done.
Gash is done.
So it was the perfect like base beer. And then I motioned to you.
Yes.
How are you?
Great picker. I love to have that in the house. It's one of those beers that's light enough and always delicious. It's always good for one. So I appreciated that. We also went out to a couple breweries. The first brewery we went to being Six Beers and a Goat six bears and a goat. We keep saying six beers and a goat as a joke, and it has fully replaced the actual name of the place in my head.
6 beers and a goad, you know? Everyone's always fighting there. After you have 6 beers, you have to fight someone.
I think, Brian, we might be charting recording territory right now that we have to play. Because I think you made this joke, and I was about to tell a story about Mr. Goad, and I'm like, wait, we've done this before. And I think we have evidence of this, if you want to get to it.
Yeah, let's get to it.
So here's some live footage of us at 6 bears and a goat for your listening pleasure.
Ready, Rip? All right, well, hold on. Before we get talking about the beers, 6 bears and a goat?
Oh, wait.
Like 6...
Wrong order.
It does. All right. Good start. I think so.
Oh, that was got it. 6 bears and a goat.
Wow.
We're at 6 bears and a goat.
Beer.
Also known as 6 beers and a goat.
Yeah. So, what do you think that's all about?
I'll tell you about Mr. Goad.
Goad?
Mr. Goad.
Mr. Goad.
So when my job of my place of employment subtlety was on News 12, which is our local news channel.
Right.
We got a lot of calls flooding into the subtlety headquarters.
Okay.
And there's this old man that is a part of the Volkswagen car club named Mr. Goad, who is very clearly in a retirement home. If not, he called from a hospital maybe. But, yeah, Kyle's like, you gotta hear this. He plays the voicemail and he's like, "Hello, it's Mr. Goad. I'd like to take a tour of your factory." I'm part of the Volkswagen Club of Long Island, so I can bring you about 20 of us want to come check out the factory. Again, it's Mr. Goad. Like, we are good buddies with Mr. Goad.
So, like, I'm kind of imagining maybe this is kind of like one of those trick things where he's like, these guys won't let me in, but if they do, give them a bunch of money. Yeah. Like, get a little Willy Wonka.
I was ready to shell out the bucks for Mr. Goad.
Yeah. I mean, like, what? Do you know why he would have called you guys? I mean, like, Volkswagen and T don't really have a lot of cross section there.
No, I don't know. I hate Mr. Goad.
All right.
All right.
Mr. Goad, the Nigerian prince.
It sounds like we're drinking at a children's park.
In a wind tunnel full of children. That's exactly what 6 bears and a goat is.
That's what they do best.
It's a big wind tunnel with a big fan at the end.
That's what they do best.
Children just running
through it, and then they get swept up by the hurricane and get spat out to another fucking state.
Or if you make it through, you just get sliced in half.
Either one. I mentioned Mr. Goad. I swear at some point there's something where you mention goading, being fighting at some point. Anything before I get to the next minute clip?
No, I hope Mr. Goad is doing well and his Beetles are, their engines are forever in the front.
He messaged me on the podcast Instagram and said he wants to take a tour of the crematorium with his club.
He uses Instagram. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool that he uses Instagram. Does he use Discord too, by chance? It sounds like an older gentleman, so maybe he doesn't.
He might. We haven't found out yet.
Yeah.
Maybe
he actually is a Discord mod for 7 servers.
Yeah. He's our Discord mod. Here we go.
I literally am the president of the Volkswagen Club.
Rip.
All right, well, hold on. Before we get talking about the beers, 6 bears and a goat? Like 6 bears and a goatsy.
Oh, it's a goatsy.
What's a goatsy?
Yeah.
It's like an internet thing. From
Brian's really hip.
A long time ago. Like 2008.
Brian,
all
8.
right.
That 8. You thought that 8 didn't.
I'm about to.
I got to use it.
I didn't even think
That's hip.
I didn't even think that.
That's hip.
At all.
I didn't think it aided. He's looking up goatsy.
I'm looking up goatsy right now.
He doesn't even know what the fuck it is.
A person who stretched their ass so wide that they may fit various objects into it. Milk carton, bottle rocket, cell phone.
Okay. 6 beers and a goatsy is a good name. Now I agree with you.
It's like, I think it's a dude who put a jar up his butt and it cracked and it went glass from his butt.
Was that like a video?
Yeah. It's a dude who sits on a mason jar.
It's called Goatsy?
Yeah, that's what he...
Is that his YouTube name?
I think that was his name, yeah.
I remember that now.
All right.
We have really intelligent conversations.
Okay, so let's talk about this though, because this is a cultural icon. It has a
Okay.
Wikipedia page. It was a shock site from 1999, so it was running from
Wow.
99 to 2004. Yeah, it's wild. A lot of different iterations of it as well. Some second comings, domain suspension, sale of domain name, which is very sad. Relaunch, second relaunch, and then it turned into a cryptocurrency website. So
Oh, it's had a long run.
it's exactly how most internet things go the way of becoming coins.
Coins.
Yeah.
We
from
didn't touch
stretching
on
your-
some other potential names too. 6 Beers and a Godier is very funny.
Wow.
We didn't mention
You
that.
didn't have to cut me off because I wasn't done drinking yet.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah. I think there's another big long a big long like 4-minute clip. I don't know if I'm gonna play that. There may be some good stuff in there, but I think it's very droning, and 4 minutes sounds like a long time. I'm ready to rip it
does.
if you want to, but we're trying to keep this tight.
Yeah, let's keep it tight. Let's maybe a little for the Patreon viewers.
Okay.
you know.
Maybe, I think
Or
the
anyone who
rest
wants
of
to
the
hear it,
clips
we
I
can
have,
just send it.
you can we'll text it to you, or
Yeah.
we will post it on Mr. Goad's Instagram.
Wow.
He took over.
if
He took
lets us.
over the social media role. He works
A
fast.
takeover from Goad.
Yeah, take over from Goad. It's a good takeover. I have some
Goad
more a different location of clips here.
Okay.
So I want to play one of them to see what the hell is going on. I think this is later in the day. And
Okay.
this might lead us into a little bit more of what we drank this past weekend.
Gotcha.
Maybe it'll give us some clues.
Let's listen in.
All right, this
this.
recording is in
Yeah,
in the post OJ world.
That's true.
Rip
Post J.
Rip.
post J world. Thank you.
We gonna get some takes around the horn.
I think so. First of all, lost. Very good ball player.
Good ball player.
Good ball player.
Great catcher.
Good actor too.
That's what I was gonna say next. Naked Gun.
Naked Gun.
Famous for before he killed someone.
Famous for a Naked Gun. You're right. Yeah.
Naked Gun and incredible football player. Actually,
Yeah.
one of the
Oh, he was a
greatest of all
football
time.
player? Yeah.
For sure, actually one of the greatest.
Did he
Yeah,
get?
yeah.
I thought maybe a boxer. I was just watching TikTok today, and I was like, I actually don't know what he's famous for other than killing his wife.
Yeah.
That's the one.
It's ironic though that he was in
Not
Naked
posting
Gun
from-
and killed his wife with a knife.
Right.
It's interesting.
You think that Mel Brooks would have given him something a little better?
Killed
to
his
work
wife with a knife is a nice rhyme.
With.
Yeah, so he's a nice
Rhyme for
man.
Something.
Yeah.
There, with that.
This nice man killed his wife with a knife.
Wasn't like that's the other Olympian guy.
Oh, do you
Oh,
think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the guy with the no legs.
Pistorius?
Yeah.
Oscar Pistorius? But that was a gun.
Oh.
Okay.
That was. I think he shot his wife.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought that
Got
OJ
off
shot his
scot-free.
wife, too. I've been confused. I've been in the dark for years.
Didn't you watch
Wife
every?
and the lover?
And the
Yeah.
lover.
Yeah.
Ron
Convenient.
Goldman, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Ron Golden.
Didn't he stab them?
Yeah.
Stabbed him.
I think.
It was his son, though. I think.
What do we rate OJ out of 10?
I would probably give like a negative 15.
Negative 15. Okay. So that's from Jake Sharp.
Yeah.
Negative 15.
Yeah.
8 out of 10
Noe.
for pulling it off.
8 out of 10 for pulling it off.
Yeah.
From name? No name.
Name and address withheld.
Name and address with him.
I give him a nice 4. He was 4 out of 10.
Yeah. He had a good run.
He made Broncos popular. They're still like one of the nicer cars
They're-
around today.
I'd
Yeah.
give him 11,236 yards out of 10.
Yeah. All right, good rating system.
Yeah.
76 touchdowns and played in 5
I think
programs.
Quick with those fingers.
I'm not sure. I'm going straight down the middle. 5 out of 10.
You would give him a 5 out of 10?
I think so.
All right.
I think, given all he's done for humanity, and all he's taken away from humanity, it's only acceptable to
He's
you.
Pretty
plus.
mid.
Yeah, he's pretty straight down.
He
Yeah,
influenced the way that the cameras in the courtroom impact trials.
it's kind of
Yeah.
insane when
Without
some
him?
guy. He looked very calm and collected during his trial.
I gotta knock him a point actually for being bald, and he can't fit into any gloves.
Brendan, he had
No gloves.
Yeah. He had cancer?
He did put
Probably
together.
Really?
Yeah.
He was bald before the cancer.
This is,
hope.
yeah, this is post cancer.
This is Jake Sharp signing off. Okay. I didn't know that was still at 6 Beers and a Goat, but I'm glad if I was going to pick one last clip, it was our OJ rankings.
Our OJ eulogy, I guess. Very much
I forgot we did
giving
that.
way to OJ.
Oh, man. I don't think I even did the. There's one clip of us at the brewery doing beer reviews. I guess skip that one.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it right now. We'll do it right now. We had so that was 6 beers ago. We had 2 different beers. I think we only. Oh, you guys had 3 different ones technically, I guess, right?
Yes, I felt drunk after 3 beers. I had
Yeah.
I had the blackberry blonde, which I loved. I think everyone at the table got some sort of fruited blonde for the first round.
Yeah.
I was the one that got the blackberry. Everybody else got strawberry. I loved it. I think I got some. I forgot what I got next. The only thing I remember is the like session IPA that was just normal, solid, like light, crispy IPA. But that blackberry blonde was something I wanted to bring home cans of, and I was too empty stomach buzzed to remember what I was doing after I went to the bathroom because I went and closed out. I forgot to get get cans to go.
Yeah.
Because we were gonna bring cans to go from at least this place and talk about them, and we fully forgot.
Didn't do that.
But here we are.
That's why we're doing this episode.
Spoilers. We're in
so
an
bad.
episode.
We're so bad. Yeah, I had a strawberry blonde and a Kolsch. It was pretty good. The Kolsch was like just a little on the heavy side for my opinion, but it was definitely like just Duff beer.
Yeah,
for sure.
Speaking of Kolsch's, we went to I almost called it Kickback Kevin's. What's the name of the place?
Kickback Jacks.
Kickback Jacks. Yeah, they needed.
Kickback Kevin.
Need to rename
Honestly,
it.
might be better to be Kickback Kevin's.
Maybe.
It might kind of give it more of the vibe up front.
Yeah, right. I agree with that.
There was only guys named Kevin there. It was really weird.
Only Kevin's.
They all look the same.
Only 3-haired Kevin's.
Cosner, right? That was who it was.
Yeah, it is Kevin
Cosner,
Costner's face is
baby.
the logo in cartoon form. Kickback Jacks was a funny place. Like we said to our friend Peter off air before, it's like Miller's Ale House or Chili's that you can smoke inside of the when all those bars have like this sort of half outdoor section. And I'm talking to the listeners because you obviously know this, but yeah. Listeners, when you go to a Chili's and they have like half of an outdoor bar that's like the concrete floor and the windows and like open kind of I forget
Pop
the word
open.
for it. Yeah, pop open door windows.
Like their garage door windows kind of
yes.
thing. Yeah.
They had a Kickback Kolsch that was $4.25 for a 23 ounce beer.
23 ounce.
And a lot of times when I've gotten beers from like, oh, it's our house beer, like a place that doesn't brew any beer, it is like fucking dog shit disgusting. It was the most normal, solid, good beer. I would get this 10 out of 10 times at a baseball stadium. It was so good for what you were paying and the size of it. It was amazing. Kickback Jack's Kolsch, 10 out of 10. Great stuff.
It's kind of crazy that the place that like it has no reason of having like beer that's like halfway decent. The bartenders are very nice. They always deal with our friends who ask for ridiculous like shooters, and they don't even ask for like the specific ones. They're just like, make me something, and they're like, all right, and they just go and do it.
Yeah.
And then the food's really good too, which is very.
I forgot about that too. We did
incredibly surprising.
Your friend Jake, he loves ordering shots. That guy, and I appreciate it about him so much because he's, for me not being a liquor person, when someone's like, we're doing shots, I'm like, oh god, he will do his own regular shots, but when he says shots, he usually means like something fun, like we did the classic Pink Pussy with him, which I've heard about,
right?
And it would be the place and estate that I would order a Pink Pussy at, because it's at the same time ironic and also leaning into the fun of the like southern state you're in.
Right.
That's how I
the
felt about it.
the Southern State urine.
Southern State urine.
That should be called a shot. Yeah. That is where the faded Pink Pussy shot came from.
Urine.
Ross, urine. My urine.
Urine.
Southern State urine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a kind of a wild place
Wild place.
for sure. Jake will get like blackout there, like used to be pretty consistently, and then now he's back.
It's cutting back a little bit.
Yeah, it's not trying to be cool anymore. Just trying to lame out.
Yeah, it's a fun party place.
Yeah,
that was not the only shot we did that weekend. Spoiler alert. I don't know how much more you want to say about this day. The Fahrenheit stuff was great.
Oh man, was that the day after?
I think that was the same day. It was after 6 Beers and a Goat. We ended up having dinner there.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That was when you were
Crazy.
peak drunk after Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah. There's a whole video about me saying I was wasted.
I wasted
And
it. I
Jake.
wasted it.
Literally, yeah. That's the
Go
video.
check out Mr. Good's Instagram for that.
It's an Easter egg. But yeah, so took Brendan and Cole and party to Fahrenheit, which is where I had my first fated 20 port old fashioned teapoff, as the people in the know
Tip
call
off.
them. Teapoffs. And I came to the conclusion, and Nicole came to the conclusion that the teapoff there is the best cocktail we've ever had.
I think even Jake said that too. He's like, it's the best cocktail he's ever had as well. I still
It's
have some room for
immaculate.
perfection there. I said this to you when we were sitting down.
Come on.
I just love
Great.
cherries in my old fashions, and it was missing
Yeah.
the muddled cherry and orange, and I think the little bit of tart added to it would have been perfect for me, but that's not how they make it, and that's okay. It's a different drink, and I love it. It's really, really amazing. It's top tier. If I were to have the bashed cocktail that they have, I would, before I put it in my glass, I would just muddle up 2 tart cherries and maybe maybe just put an orange in there. Because people
Gotta
like
get that
the
secret.
fancy ones like to just do the orange peel. I like
Right.
I like shit. Some people don't like this, and I get it. I like shit floating in my drink. When I want an old fashioned, I want to be fucking like soup. I want literally.
Stuff bopping in your nose.
Yeah, I love that shit. Like when I make an old fashioned at home, I'll put so much shit in there that I don't have to make another old fashioned the second round. I just put whiskey on top of my leftovers and add a couple drops of bitters, and it's already an
Yeah.
old fashioned.
Wow.
It's leftover. It's called
Ready
I
to
call it the
go.
recycled old fashioned. But the
Okay.
teapoff, no notes. Otherwise, I know they're trying to make the drink they're trying to make,
Yeah.
and it is perfect for what they're trying to accomplish.
It's pretty good.
So order yourself a teapoff, a 20 part old fashioned.
Yeah. Can't recommend it anymore.
Yeah, $7 at happy
Next
hour.
day,
Crazy.
we just kind of like went home that night and then just drank more, right?
That same
Oh,
night
that was
was
kickbacks.
the
We went to
kickback
kickbacks.
jacks
That was
night.
kickbacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Next day, and interior, wake up,
Interior crocodile alligator.
and then we went to Park Lane, and we had a breakfast shot.
Breakfast shot, which I was worried
Breakfast shot was
Jake was
nuts.
making up and was like, breakfast shot, and was just going to order us fucking Jameson or something. Breakfast shot is a thing on the menu.
No,
It is
it's very
$8
nice.
for I think it is whiskey mixed with
Butterscotch.
schnapps.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's OJ. More OJ talk. But the orange juice it tasted like it had something else in it too, like a little boozy something.
I actually don't know.
I don't know.
I always
But-
thought it was just OJ and then
Could've been.
a piece of bacon.
Oh yes, so they give you the alcohol shot. Next to that, the orange juice shot, and on top they place perfectly a really high quality, like thick piece of bacon.
Very delicious. I think it's like candied bacon, so I think there's
Yeah.
like a little sweetness to there, so
Yeah.
it's really good.
That's the idea.
It's
I
like
guess is
a-
the order of things. Like do the whiskey shot, then immediately do the orange juice shot, then immediately eat the bacon. It's like a nice flavor thing going
Right.
on.
I think it's a very like white guy's version of a salted key lime. I think salted key lime is also like been what's the word, appropriated by white culture.
Yeah,
But like this even more so. This they just took that concept and was like, okay, punch it out to include bacon, of course.
it is. Yeah, it is funny. There's like okay, salt, tequila, lime, shot, orange juice, bacon.
Yeah, same concept.
Same
It's-
concept. 3 things.
But you do the bacon last. That's all. That it was shot OJ bacon. That was the
Right.
rounds.
I wonder how it would be if you did it. If maybe because like thinking of salt, tequila, lime. Do you do bacon being
Yeah.
salt, then shot, and then lime is this,
Mm-hmm.
orange juice is citrus.
Yeah, that's a good point. Probably should do it that
I'm
way.
a genius.
I think we were just kind of roped into like that's what they were like. You have to do it.
Do it
this
this
way. And
way.
we were just like, okay.
I just poured both liquids on my pancakes.
Mm.
And
They
ate
did.
like
They did
that.
come in like little syrup ramekins. So that was kind of
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
That was fun though.
Cool. Then at home, a little more homebrew. I think we just kind of
Gashed
again
up.
some allgashies, gashed up to get out to 1781.
Yes.
Which is a brewery still in Fredericksburg, a half hour away from our house.
Still in the
which
same
is
city.
also in Fredericksburg. This is like a winery / brewery with just like it's a big plot of land that they
Mm-hmm.
just have a ton of stuff there, and the brewery is outside. It was beautiful, and it was great.
It was great. I see a brewery like that, and it's too beautiful to have good beer, and the beer is still very good. Like I think sometimes those places
Yeah.
you like, well, they don't focus on the beer; they just like make some stuff and
Right, they could
collect
put
people in
anything
there,
there.
nice seating. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But the beer was good. I remember. I can't find it here on the interwebs. What I have, but I definitely did have. I started with the Appalachian. It was like this. Their lager was solid
Yeah.
enough. I eventually went to their wheat.
beer?
I think I went
Yeah.
to their wit. I mean, it was their wit, yeah, and it was just. We said I don't know if it was supposed to be this way, but it tasted like coconutty, and it was very good.
Super coconutty,
Yeah.
but it said this was supposed to be like ginger, lemongrass.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know if the
The color was a little
sign
darker
off or
too.
something. Yeah,
That was very nice.
but it
though.
definitely tasted like coconut. It was great. I had a Mexican lager, which
Oh, the Mexican
was
lager
like,
was good. I had 2 of those. Those are
it
great.
was a little thick for my taste.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for Mexican lagers, I'm riding that high from is it 27th Amendment?
Yes.
Or
Or 21st Amendment.
21st Amendment. I'm thinking
Yeah.
27A.
Yes. I don't know if we've
but,
gotten 27 amendments yet. Maybe we have.
One day.
Not a history guy.
Here's Tobin. Just rip that fucking thing up. Just fucking get rid of it.
Tear it
already.
up. Start over.
New Constitution, but it's like Gen Z'd out. You know, it's like yassified.
Yeah. It's all
Fuck
goat seed
yeah,
up.
dude. It's all about bitcoins, man. The new Constitution is a Bitcoin.
There is a 27th Amendment, but it makes no sense to me, so I'm not going to read more about this.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, women can vote.
Wow.
Doesn't make sense to me. It's ridiculous.
Perfect placement of a fart noise.
It really is.
No,
'cause girls-
that Mexican lager by 21st Amendment is fucking awesome and
yeah.
probably better than any like mainstream Mexican lager you can get.
I
like,
would agree.
between Modelo, the rest.
Not even need to say them. Because after Modelo, what the fuck is there?
What the fuck are you even doing?
What the fuck do you even do after that? So, yeah, that was 1781 was pretty good. We played a bunch of Bino ball.
Bunch
too.
of Bino.
Speaking of
Preparing for the tournament
Speaking of
tomorrow.
yeah, crazy stuff.
Everyone's liking to it too. Even Jake was
yeah.
like, "I want to buy one of these boards."
Yeah. I definitely feel like it's a game I could get Darian to enjoy.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
She seemed to.
Next time I'm
Really
there,
get
I
into
can
it.
see you guys having a board there for sure. It's a really good date
Yeah.
night thing. Like, if you just want to stay at
Yeah.
home, have a glass of wine, and just like flick back and forth, and then play some Bino. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
you got
man.
me. You got me.
But it's fun.
But I get you.
you get
That's
me.
good. It was a good time. Then we went home, got some fucking T-Bell,
Yes.
big old T-Bell. That's pretty much it. We did a bunch of tasters actually. We did a
Yeah.
bunch of like a flight at home flight.
From
From a
none
total
of them
wine
were super
trip.
memorable for me. I think the first one was like this beer that Nicole's coworker loves, and we were all like, it's
Yeah.
kind of bad. Some like old German smoky beer. Smoke.
Yeah.
I'm like starting to turn around on smoke in beverages. Usually
Yeah.
it's too much, and I don't like it. If it's a hint of it, I'm down with it. But I think I more so like it in cocktails because you can kind of balance it out with tarts and sweets. Yeah,
Yeah.
flavor.
Instead of just like malt and
Yeah.
carbonation.
No, sweet and
It's tough.
smoke not good together. Yeah,
There's a
there was
few
maybe a
others,
couple
like
double
a-
IPAs and some.
Yeah.
other stuff. I think we were all
standard stuff.
bloated enough. We're like, okay, I think we're all done. Let's go get some ice cream.
Yeah, it's all swirling together. And then, yeah, we did a 2 for 2 ice creams.
Both nights, ice
Got-
cream.
Both nights ice cream. Carl's in Fredericksburg.
Yep.
It's great.
I
It
got-
was soft serve, but they scooped it out of a container for some reason. Not sure what
Yeah,
that's all about.
I think
but,
it might have been frozen custard, which might be why, because frozen custard, I guess, is like
Yeah.
a soft serve like consistency, but doesn't come out of
Right.
the spigot.
I was gonna blame management. Leave a
Brown's
bad
ready.
review.
He's ready to blame management.
Manager, manager, please. This is wrong. Not swirly enough. I don't like scoops.
this isn't what he would have said. This is what he was saying.
Yeah. What I'm saying now, because like they can hear me talking on
Yeah.
the podcast. They listen to the podcast.
Right.
We saw the Nielsen ratings. Of course, they're
Yes.
listening.
Well, when we were ordering, we heard them playing it in the background to get through the
Household
day.
name.
Yeah.
This episode, weirdly enough, it's really
Weirdly enough.
fucking. It's so weird.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get that how that works, but oh well.
I-
Real
we're-
looper
we're
moment.
trying to keep this quick, and we get into how much ice cream we had.
And then time travel.
Looper. All right. Next segment?
That's it. Next segment.
Pee break.
I think we pee.
We'll be right back after this pee break with a new
We're
segment.
going on a pee break. Okay. Bye.
Whoa. Same time.
I will not drop this beer on my computer this time.
That was at the same time.
Wild stuff.
We're back.
What do you got? What'd you get?
Next segment,
What'd you pull?
beer review segment. Rock and roll.
Of our generic segment.
Beer review segment.
Rock on. Oh, that kind of was really cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
cool.
Whoa. Check the YouTube for this awesome content.
This is
wow.
this is like might
A
be
little
sexual
dirty.
for somebody.
This almost looks like the aliens in
Check that out.
what's that Will Smith movie?
Yeah, Men in Black.
Men in Black. Yeah. There we go.
That's relevant because he just talked. He just sang at a Coachella. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Everyone's talking about Coachella.
also-
Like, I didn't know people like checked in.
Still
with it.
went.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. It's mostly just an excuse for like famous people to be like, I want to go to a concert,
I guess so. Yeah.
and then
That's-
just stand
that
there
sounds like an
and
LA
look,
person.
look famous. Watch to see what we just did. It's so cool.
It's
so
so
fucking
cool.
Make sure you go boysmedia.com. What? That's a lie.
Media.com.
Boys, Boys Media. We'll get there one day.
We'll get there.
Boys Media on YouTube.
Check it out.
Watch, catch this episode.
So right now we're each going to review a different beer at rapid speed.
Yeah.
Rapid. I
Wrap it.
was given this beer by Brian maybe over a year ago. It's been in my fridge. It's made a move with me. This beer made an entire
Yeah.
move.
Two houses.
Two houses. This is from Tivoli Brewing Company, Mile High Hefe. Brian got this for me, I guess, because he knows I'm a Hefe freak. 6% alcohol. And I guess it's just like a down the middle Hefeweizen. I smell it from here. It smells good. Hefe
I
on
just
the
want to put this
nose.
out there. I gave you that beer because I got it and I didn't want to drink it.
Okay. Preach the honesty. You had more of these, and you drank some and didn't like it.
Yeah, it was a gift. Didn't really want it.
So a regift, if you will.
It was a re-gift beer. I don't think I'd ever re-gift a beer, but yeah, it was a re-gifted beer.
It's a regift. And it took me over a year to drink it. So this beer is
Right.
really
Old.
old, and it got no attention.
There was dust on it when I sent it to you.
Yeah. I thought it was like a lot of head that came on the beer, but it was just dust.
Yeah.
On top of the beer.
Wow.
It was dust head.
Oh, cool. That sounds
Sounds like
kinda-
my grandpa when he goes dick
sounds
sucked.
fun. Yeah. I love Gilf, all Gilfs,
All
both
gills.
sides,
Name some
both
gills.
sides of the coin. Grandpa,
Okay.
grandma,
Okay.
Gam Gam.
I have
Gim
some
Gim.
real examples. If you're done
Okay.
with this nonsense.
Last one. Oh, I'm all out.
Okay. All right.
Almost.
It was a good run.
Almost. Yeah.
Minor TV examples.
Okay.
George Lopez grandma.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Gilmore Girls grandma. And then Legend of
Maybe
Korra
I'm not sure.
Katara when she's a grandma.
Wow.
Yeah.
On her deathbed, Katara.
Yes.
Wow.
Sexy
You
healer.
blood the shit out of
Oh
her.
man.
You know what?
Can you blood bend all the blood out of my body into my cock?
You just
Engorge
die
me.
from a hemorrhage.
I want to be harder than I've ever
She's
been.
pleading with you. It will kill you. Come on. I don't care.
Do
Old
it.
bag.
Old bag.
All
me
right,
my
you
last
feel
boner.
it.
This is Hefwin. Ooh, oh man.
Oh,
Shampoo
Flub.
from the weekend, man. I'm so drunk already. This is good. I like this. This is Hefeweizen. 6%. Great. Right?
a
Right?
6% Hefeweizen. That's pretty heavy.
That's a little
Hefeweizen.
heavy, right?
Pretty hefty Weizen. In
Hides
the
it well.
Gansett class, love that.
It's nice.
That's good.
I give this beer 4 out of 5.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It's great.
Kind of pissed I dumped that.
Yeah, you should be.
I can't remember
You're
if
an
this
asshole.
was the beer. So I got this beer. They like a beer club thing.
Mm.
And they sent me a letter, and I can't remember if it was this beer or another beer that said like, "Don't drink this beer." There was one
Really?
beer that they told me in the beer club that was like, "Don't drink the beer."
So it got in your head.
Yeah. So I was like, I got.
I always
But I
use
dumped
this
it,
example,
so.
but with people getting in my head. But growing up, when the other guys came out, we had a friend named
Oh.
Ben whose sister, super hot. She had gone to see the other guys before all of us and was like, the other guys was not funny. And then half my friends were like,
Wild.
I'm not going to go see it. I mean, Lydia said it was fucking bad, so I'm not going to even bother. I was like, what the fuck? And we went and saw it, and it's still like one of my favorite comedies.
I watched it for the first time not too long ago. And,
Really?
Darian fell asleep because I think she'd seen it before, but I was like on the like I don't even know how to describe. I've never laughed that hard at a movie. Maybe since I saw Step Brothers like in theater.
Yeah, no, it's
And I was-
it's amazing. So funny.
Incredible.
So funny. Holds up still. And you heard, seeing it for the first time recently. Still loved it. So that's
Yes.
great.
Because I heard the same thing. I think I was it was a very like maybe polarizing thing because of how dumb it was. It was so dumb.
Right.
It was very like Will Ferrell Step Brothers humor, like kind of just PG-13ized.
And a movie trying to be half
and-
serious in a dumb way.
Right. And Mark Wahlberg is like just it's insane.
Yeah. it's
Very
good stuff.
insane movie.
Well, that's my entire beer review. So
Okay.
what do you got?
I have Passionberry Tasty from Vale. So this was Vale was a constituent of the Malt Madness 2024 with the Halcyon 3. Did not fare very well. And I think this is a little better. This is definitely more in the realm. It's a sour ale, smoothie style sour ale. So it's like very thick. I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of like puree
It looks very thick.
and stuff like that. I mean, look,
Yeah,
look at this
yeah.
fucking thing.
Sometimes like that
It's like
texture
fucking
and like
candy.
what it looks like can gross me out a little bit. But if I just don't look at it and sip it, I usually love those.
It's great. I think Vale does a really good job of like all their beers being like very kind of like on the edge of wacky, but still very like doable. I mean, all their can art's great too.
Yeah, that makes it look really delicious.
So this is. Let's see if it has any taste notes in here.
Taste notes, taste
sour
notes,
ale with
taste notes.
passion fruit, raspberry, and milk sugar. So,
Ooh.
5.5. It's thick. I don't think I'd get more than one. I feel like a lot of these are kind of hard
the
to.
thickums like that. Yeah, I do want just one.
Not even that. Like if there was, I mean, like this reminds me like a smoothie. Like I don't know if you ever had
Yes.
those where it's like the banana strawberry smoothies and stuff like that. It reminds me of that.
I haven't had one
And,
labeled a smoothie,
yeah.
but I've had like a sour that was like,
Mhm.
holy shit, this is
Yeah.
thick, and tart and sweet. and a dessert. It just has dessert in a can.
Right. And I think that's pretty much it. I mean, it tastes like kind of like if you put like Sour Patch Kids in
Yeah.
like a smoother, like a blender, and
But
just went for it.
My thing is, if those are cold enough, I can have a lot of. If I like something and it's really cold like that, I can have a lot. Like I had ice cream 2 days in a row. I could have so much ice cream, it's insane. Like I could have. I had a large both nights, large cones, and like I could have 3 more cones. So if it's like a good enough smoothie, I could suck down so much smoothie. It's just gotta be good.
And it's like the weird thing is like you can kind of taste the like a little bit. You know how in smoothie styles you can like taste a little bit of the beer.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the rest is just like fruit. It's very much in that sense of like there's not much complexity to it. You can't really taste any hops or anything. You just taste the raspberry
sweet.
and the passion fruit.
Yeah.
This is a little overbearing. But I would say overall it's like it's decent. A decent one-off for like a beer at the end of the night or after dinner or something like that. So
Okay.
I'll give it a 3.5.
Good.
They've had other smoothie styles there before they liked more that were a little less
Yeah.
all in your face. So
That's the thing about that styles. Like, you can probably find a version of it from a place you like that you'll like better. Like, oh, I like that's a good flavor. It's fine, but like my jam is like the mango one or whatever, you know.
yeah. Case in point is a brewery that is 2 hours north of Vale at Aslan. Totally canon.
Yeah, that's the stuff you really want.
Fucking
And I'm
killer.
kind of mad at myself for not
Different
buying
flavors,
more while I was
but
down
it's like there's an infinite supply down here. They have a line right to my house.
there. Well, that ends our last.
back.
Not our last. That ends our second to last segment.
Wow, crazy.
Here we go. This is
Next
our
one,
brand new segment, mini movie reviews.
brand new. Did you fucking record that at home?
It sounds like it did.
Oh god, I gotta do something for podcast.
I was like,
Let me make Jimmy pop really quick.
Let me find just the sound of popping popcorn. It always sounds so good at the movie theaters. And then the first one I find is like, that sounds like really tinny, like it was in a fucking pot.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
And then I was like, whatever, that's what I'm using. It's funny. There's so many better sounding popcorn sounds out there.
I believe
that's
it.
what we used.
You know, you also forgot like you could have just played the Regal Cinemas opening of like everyone
Yeah.
like getting and get ready to watch the movie, and you like go through the fucking roller coaster.
Yeah, there's a lot better options.
Yeah. All right.
Let's-
So this weekend, I don't think we said it. We watched a movie. We watched a lot of cartoons actually, like a lot of like retro cartoons.
Yeah,
watched
we
some
were on a
Hammer, watched some
cartoon
watched
binge.
Ed,
It was
Eddie.
fun.
It was very fun, nice reminiscing moment. I love to do that. I don't do that often, so it was very fun.
Yeah.
But the big get for the weekend is we watched Channel Chasers.
Yes.
The Fairly Odd Parents movie.
I don't know how we got.
From-
We were talking about it, I think, at 1781 Brewery, and I don't know how we must have been talking about it a little bit. It got
I think
around
it was
at the
Darren's
table.
idea.
And yeah, I think maybe she's like, "Wait, why don't we watch that when we get home?" And I'm
Yeah.
always down for that because I love the Power Hours. I love the Flappy Bob movie. I love all like these specials that come out of the Fairly Odd Parents world. So I was very down because I have extreme fondness for this movie. Brian, I'm just gonna go over some stats. I'll give you the date and a little spiel about it, and then I'll ask you what your experience with this movie is. This movie, a 76% on Rotten Tomatoes, 8.2 on IMDb
That's
score.
crazy.
Nuts.
That's certified fresh.
Certified fresh. This came out on July 23rd, 2004. Quick little plot of the movie. This is the 25th episode of season 4. Fun stuff.
Wow.
Plot: Timmy is imitating dangerous things he sees on television. Hence, his parents forbid him from watching television as punishment after ruining both of their jobs. Hoping to see the shows, Timmy wishes for a magical remote controller to enter the television. Unfortunately, his parents take the controller and give it to Vicky, who uses the power and opportunities for getting money and power. In the future, she has already succeeded at ruling Dimsdale. How will Timmy prevent this bad future? To make matters worse, a mysterious masked man is chasing him.
Oh.
Oh, that's what was going on.
Oh.
S-
I felt so fucking boring. I fell
so,
asleep. It's so fucking. I fucking hated this movie.
I mean, I fell asleep the night before watching Ed, Ed and Eddie, and I love Ed, Ed and Eddie.
I do want to point out that the Rotten Tomato score is an audience score. So people who took the
Ooh.
time to vote on
Okay.
Channel Chasers, some
Good
of them
for
were
them.
like, "This kind of sucked."
So you obviously were an avid for the Parents watcher. Do you remember this movie coming out and watching and enjoying it?
Yeah, I think I was very. This is one of those things that like, this was like a Saturday. I'm assuming what was
Trying to find July 23rd.
July 23rd, 2004. Is that like a Saturday or Friday? I mean, like you have nothing going on as a kid. We were, how old was I? 10. What? I got nothing going on.
Yeah, I was turning 10 soon. I was 9 years old.
You know, about you're gonna stay home and fucking watch this.
Oh, fuck yeah.
And that's what I did. I remember watching this. And it was great. I liked Dragon Ball Z as a kid. Seeing the whole Mawamushi through line, I was like, this is funny. I like Pokemon. I was like, that's also funny.
Mm-hmm.
I was ready and revved up for it, and it definitely delivered when I was there. How about you?
Yeah, same thing. This movie is so fun because it does give you all these little Easter eggs of shows that you know and love. Some of them you don't know, but you can kind of recognize if you're a kid watching cartoons. You've like seen most of these things. Like your parents have watched these. Like there's some references to Jetsons and Fat Albert and stuff like that. So I think as a kid, even though the references are so on the nose and so blatant, as a 9 or 10-year-old, you feel like you understood a reference and a joke. Like whoa, so it makes you feel a little smart because it's not something that they always do. And it's cool to see. It's the first time you've seen as a kid probably a show be a little bit meta like this and have your character running through worlds that you've seen in other places before,
Right.
And to also see them flex their animation muscles a little bit and kind of stylize this cartoon like other ones is a lot of fun to see too. Some of them were very bad. We noted, I think in particular, the claymation Christmas special one was real rough,
Terrifying.
really scary.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That scares me. Like those scare me enough as it is. Seeing it done like poorly, not as claymation and felt instead of like a 3D rendering that's like
Right.
very bad is absolutely horrifying.
It was. I think we attested it to them not like having a decent budget for this TV movie, but
Yeah.
they're not going to take the time to claymate like a
Right.
minute-long scene.
I think a big thing is I think 2004 is still when a lot of people had like CRT TVs and like the resolution wasn't super like on point. There's a lot of glow and softness to it. So I think there was a lot to be said about like how it probably looked a lot better, kind of like how SNES games and like old games look better on CRTs. So maybe there's something there about like about that.
Yeah, I think we said it looks like the quality, if not worse, than like the video game Break Into Rules, like that 3D rendering,
Which everyone here knows. They know exactly what
Break Into Rules.
is.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, it's a really fun movie. I loved hearing my Uncle Alec voice one of the main characters in the movie. Older Timmy is Alec Baldwin.
Spoilers. Adam West. Wow.
Adam
He was
West
there.
dead. Showed up
He's
for
dead.
a little while. I remember this being, I think, my favorite of all of the TV movies and specials. We were singing a little bit of Flappy Bob, I think, when we were getting ready for this movie too. But I think this one is just a little bit better because we see this show take a little bit of a risk and do sort of like a time traveling action movie, and it's in a cool way. It sort of sticks the landing, especially for kids. They do a good job. It even like you were saying, I think I was either over text or in person that day, that it was amazingly captivating for a bunch of 30-year-olds watching this kid's movie.
Yeah. I think there's something to be said like because I feel like these movies, whenever this happens, is very like sticky. Like it's kind of like the whole draw of the movie is to watch like kind of like, oh, like remember this, remember that, remember this, like kind of like that South Park, the member berries and stuff.
Yep.
But I think it does enough of each thing where, and a good enough job of kind of like embodying that. Some of the stuff is like very tongue in cheek and a little like heavy handed, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of funny, I guess. Or the
Right.
jokes are just like so flat as kind of whatever. But I think for the most part, there was a lot of times where I was like actually laughing out loud as someone who had watched it literally 20
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah, like the fact that
Or
there's any
seemed
out
to
loud
be.
laughs is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Any favorite jokes do you remember throughout the movie?
Oh, I don't know.
I-
I was telling you, I kind of. Well, actually, okay. So maybe this is my favorite part, or like. So the fact that the whole plot of the movie is Vicky going to change time to become a dictator,
Yes.
and going to I don't know what it is, the dictator like hour, like it was like Shark Week, but it was
yeah.
like Dictator Week. I think that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like the image of the nondescript dictator. It's just like a shadowy image with a very like seemingly Nazi hat on,
Right.
like the Gestapo. So I thought that was it's kind of a funny through line.
Yeah. I think in the room we got a big pop on the click-esque remote being able to fast forward time, and Vicky used it to go from 16 to 18 so she could, I forget what she had to do to be 18.
Win a game show.
Win a game show. She had to take the winnings. She had to be 18, and she fast forwarded to that age. And what the imagery of that scene was, her hips widened when she turned 18. And we're like, whoa,
Wild.
woman. I think she got like bigger. Like, it wasn't like they didn't make her just her boobs bigger. They just made her like they made her more hourglassy, and it happened.
yeah.
It was just very in your face the way they did it, and we were like, oh boy, that's a little bit of a horny moment.
Do you think
Good
Butch
show.
Hartman ever like kind of figured out? He's like, oh, I can do this. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life.
Yeah, I mean, imagine being such a good artist that you can just draw stuff to make yourself horny.
Wow. Crazy. I
That's-
still do that all the time. I'm not a good artist. I still do that all the time.
Just draw a stick figure with boobs and crank up to it.
That's right. Sometimes I make the boobs really big and I draw a big blue line.
What's
But
the
then
blue line?
I'm
I like the vein.
yeah. I'm all about also like I play both sides. So like that's not true. That's no. Never mind. Never mind.
A big reveal on the podcast this week.
But gotta draw the big two,
Yeah.
big dong as
I didn't even think you meant it that way. I just figured you
Yeah.
meant like you don't only draw women, you draw men as well. I didn't know you
I didn't want it to come off as me like
downplaying.
yeah, exactly. That's
Okay,
it.
sure.
So, we can cut that. I don't know. Do
I
something
didn't
with
think. I don't think anyone thought about it until you said something.
that. Okay.
Let us know and just
Pepperware.
message Mr. Good if you think Brian is an asshole and hates bisexual people.
Whoa. Holy fuck. Hold the fucking phone. This came out almost 6 months earlier in 8 months earlier in Australia.
Whoa, what's that about, Nick?
November 21st, 2003.
Whoa,
What the fuck? They get the good shit before us?
that's crazy. That makes
That's a
no
long
sense.
time.
It's an American
know.
show. It's bullshit.
The Australians
That's
probably
fucking bullshit.
maybe Butch Hartman has a little hard on for
Oh,
the Down Under.
the hard man has a hard on.
Yeah, I think what is any like I'm trying to like there were definitely some scenes that I remember as a kid. I think like really just sticking in my brain, and I think the biggest one is the one that I feel like everyone did was like, oh, them writing the credits up.
Yeah, it was cool.
From the adolescent fucking cows as the play on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah, that was a good fun part of this movie was how trying to figure out along with them how are they going to spoof the title of this TV show.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Do you have a favorite parody?
Good question. I think one of the things I was going to mention that was my favorite joke was from the Fat Albert one. Because I will still to this day just randomly go like, "You're playing a pooper scooper." So
Yeah.
I love that joke.
Classic.
as far as animation goes, it's tough because what world did I like being in most? I guess is the question. I think I'm gonna miss it because there's so many to think of. I think I was impressed by the Rugrats one. Looked pretty spot on.
Yeah, it does look very good.
But still fairly odd parents
how they
enough.
drew it so shitty.
Yeah, that one looks pretty decent. I really like the name that you mentioned before of the adolescent cows, whatever that name was.
Yeah.
The puppet, as much as I hate puppets, I did think it was funny and clever because throughout the show, the way they get from TV show to TV show is they dive back into the television that's in the room that they're in. But in the puppet one, the puppet just kind of gets tossed into the television and like it breaks through the craft paper that's at the front of the television, and then you can almost see like a hand pull the puppet inside the television. Yeah. So that world was fun. I feel like when you go through all these artistic choices, you got to have one that's like sort of live action like that.
Yeah. The name of that show is Adolescent Genetically Altered Karate Cows.
Yes. Very clunky, very good.
Very hysterical.
I mean, quick. Do we have anything else you want to add before we give a movie rating to this on a scale of F to A?
Wow. No, I'm good.
Okay, sure.
You're up.
You sure?
I'm good. I got nothing.
This movie's fun. This movie's great. If I ranked it before we watched it, I'd probably give it an A just for nostalgia factors. Seeing it as an adult, again, we mentioned earlier, it's crazy how good it still is. Maybe there's some jokes that miss, but it's for kids. And anything that they did in this movie was not for me. It was for me 20 years ago, and I still really, really enjoyed it. I think them introducing new plot devices in movie form, like they really showed what they could do with it with an hour's time. And they pulled at the heartstrings a little bit. Even we didn't mention that, like that I think we all said in the room too, as we were watching Timmy realize what he has to do in order to save the world at this moment is at the very end of the episode movie. He's like, oh, I need to fully forget about my Fairly Odd Parents by becoming the age at which you stop believing in fairies. And watching him hit the fast forward age button and watching him get older and older and to a point where he no longer has an imagination was so depressing and sad. Because as a kid, I always hated the idea of growing up. And I remember every birthday I would get sad and tell my mom, like, I don't want to be 10, I want to be 9 still. So it hit so hard to be forced to age in this movie. I was like, oh my God, it's killing me. And I remember being sad about it growing up. So action, comedy, heartstrings. It's a perfect movie. It's an A. It's the best movie.
Wow.
I ranked this. I give this
Perfect movie.
99% Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow. 2004. What were the Oscars in 2004?
Ooh, good question. 2004.
Fucking tight.
It was. I think you froze right as you were about to give us the answer.
If only I had it up. Anyway, while you're looking it up, I'll give my review.
Oh, you froze, and I thought you were looking it up.
No, sorry. No, that's okay. Don't worry about it. It's a bad joke. So I think my only gripe with this movie is
Lord of
that
the Rings.
the references, Lord of the Rings. Wow, crazy that Peter Jackson could do something so good.
Yeah.
So I think all the references in all the other cartoons that were made seemed just a little off in terms of like their target audience. Like Space Ghost, Johnny Quest, Speed Racer, like a lot of these shows that like I don't know if like I just thought I was weird for knowing all those references at the time because I had an older brother. So
yeah.
I was a fucking freak. I'd always come in like, "Hey guys, you see the latest Space Ghost Coast to Coast?" And they'd be like, "I'm gonna go play a soccer game." You fucking freak. Like, "Oh no, Conan was on Space Ghost last night. It was great." And they're like, "No, he wasn't."
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have known what these are. It's definitely like
Right.
references from the writers that are older.
Yeah, and that makes sense, right? That they're doing what they know. And it's kind of like a way for them to kind of like breathe a little bit of themselves into the
Sure.
into the movie, which is fun. Well, otherwise, it was a very fun time with watching it with friends was great.
Yeah.
Loved watching it with and just to pound around, just making fun of a movie that came out 20 years ago. That was also very reminiscent of a time that was a lot easier. But with that, I give it an F. For fairies!
Yeah, we love it. That's good shit. Makes me mad,
So,
but
yeah.
it's funny. Okay, our last segment before plugs, of course,
Wow.
is our best
Last
segment.
It's time for Brian's question corner.
What was the question?
Brian,
It's a good one this week.
what's your question?
Speaking of Peter Jackson, this one's related to the Beatles.
Oh,
Do you think that Paul knows it's a 7-day week? You know, he's got
Because-
that song 8 Days a Week. It's a very popular song, 8 Days a Week. I don't know. Paul, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Friday.
I
Saturday,
kind of
Sunday.
always thought it was like
Seven.
a British thing that they
the
have an
Brits.
extra day that we don't know about, or like it's like a saying. I don't know. I think he knows, but what I will say is that he might be saying that he loves the person so much that if there's an extra day, he could still put in the time and do that extra day. 7 days is tough enough to live through. If he's forced to have the extra day, he could still fit more love in it. He wishes there's an extra day, so he could fit even more love into that work week.
Gotcha. I always thought it's just like, I'm so famous, I have enough money that I'm making my own day. And everyone else can get on my time. And everyone's like, no, Paul, we'll stay to 7 days. And he's like, all right, I'm still doing the 8. I'm pulling 8.
Or he's
And
like
they're
the
okay.
rich celebrities that don't know how much like a quart of milk costs, and he doesn't realize that there's actually 8 days in the. There's actually 7 days in the week.
I always just live on 8. I live in 8 days a week. What comes after Sunday? Monday. What? What comes after Wednesday? Oh, that one? That's John's Day.
John's Day.
That's where
That's
it
what's
comes
going
in.
on. You
It's
guys-
after John's Day. Thursday, of course. All right.
Oh,
John's Day.
John's Day. That's what it is. Mushrooms and heroin.
So maybe John played a little prank on him. Hey, Paul, you about that new day, John's Day? Oh, I haven't. John's Day, eh? That's pretty good.
It's cold.
What about you, Ringo?
This is like me trying to convince my parents that Kids Day is real. Mom, you forgot Kids Day this year.
Kids Day? What's Kids Day? It's a day for kids. We get to be kids. It falls on John's Day.
On John's Day. Wow. Okay. Good question.
That's it.
Good question.
I thought so.
Always
right.
music related, I've noticed.
I think that's
kind of
where
the
I
theme.
can a lot of cues. You know,
Okay.
It's very easy to just parse over a Spotify
Song
playlist
lyrics.
and be like, oh, that's a song with a question.
I
Let's find out what that.
Good.
Well, let's introspect a little bit.
like it. Well, that does it for our segment Smorgasbord, except for
Wow.
our final feature in the show we like to call plugs. We don't have a song that comes after that, so sorry. Was there anything on this one? There's no. Oh, that was the button I hit. Perfect.
Wow.
Excellent.
All right. You got any plugs? I feel like you're loaded up.
Loaded up.
the gills
Most of the
with,
stuff
stuff.
is. Actually, there's something. I usually don't plug Lonely Boys because there's not a lot of crossover with the other shows. Maybe I should just not care about that and say it anyway. But we just wrapped up season 5 of Gossip Girl, which is exciting because we only have 10 more episodes left.
Wow.
In that show, we're almost
Wow.
done. We're almost done
Short
with
season.
Gossip Girl. It's a short season, the final one, I guess. That
crazy.
kind of is a sign of what has been going on in season 5 with the quality of the show. So tune in to find out.
Okay.
But we're going to fill up the off season with some more stuff and review the Taylor Swift album that's coming up. And what else we're doing? We're reviewing a very funny. Actually, I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming it's going to be funny. We have one more character that's in the main cast that is been in a film that we're going to talk about. It's Chase Crawford, who is the worst actor that's on the show, and he is in a
Hell yeah,
like an unheard of baseball movie that we're going to talk about that he's in. So if you're a baseball fan, Chase Crawford, and I don't know the actor's name, but he's a side character in the show, Trip Vanderbilt. The two of them together are in this. Maybe I want to say it's got like under 10% Rotten Tomatoes. This movie, I don't know what it's called, but I'm very excited to talk about that. Otherwise, you can follow all that stuff on this very YouTube channel. It's on Boys Media. It's on a different playlist. And we also, on that very same channel, we have more Blitzball content. We just talked to a few people from the warehouse. We are talking more warehouse. We're going to be talking slapball after the regular season's over. We're going to do a regular season recap of that. We're going to be talking Blitzball World Series pretty soon. I think every week from now on until that's over, we'll be talking about game by game of the Blitzball World Series and people that are involved in that. So listen up. Listen up.
crazy.
All
right. Well, if you like what you heard today, be sure to watch this on YouTube at Boys Media. If you catch the video, it's good stuff. I think we. Dario always tells me that I'm funnier when you can see what I'm doing because I'm just miserable looking. So it's adds a lot to be.
We see see what it looks like. It's you laugh at him.
Right. It's miserable. So do that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please email us at the boys media. Nope. Email us at hoppyboyspod@gmail.com.
Yes.
Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. X and Instagram at the Hoppy Boys Pod. And I think that's it. So remember, have fun with it.
Bye.